All right, we are live. Welcome to Endless Entrepreneurs. My name is Luke Henson, and I am a part-time eBay seller, a full-time finance analyst, and I've been building my business for several years now, and very seriously for the last year and a half. Each Sunday, I like to do just kind of a little vlog to talk about some of the stuff I've sold this week.
Part-time eBay seller.
Not pausing the chat there. Sorry about that. But I like to each Sunday show what I've sold for the week, talk about what's done well, and then kind of pick a topic to go over that I think is impacting my business this week or recently, and kind of see what it's doing for everyone else and see if it's something that is impacting everyone else as well. So while I wait for some people to join us, there's 4 viewers here. Someone can let me know in the chat if they can hear me okay. That'd be great. And I have a ton of items that I've sold, which has been great. This weekend's been pretty awesome for me. Yesterday was, I thought, really slow, and then I went to bed and woke up to a ton of sales, so always nice to see. But I will jump in here because I like to keep this to a half hour if I can. Thank you for those who are watching. And I'll jump in with one of the first sales I had was, this was a Wrangler Pearl Snap. And a lot of people pass on this brand, but if you can find the Pearl Snaps that are really long, oh, hi, David. Thanks for joining, and I appreciate you letting me know that you can hear me. I will keep trucking along here. Thanks for watching. But these Pearl Snap shirts sell great for me. I find them for $4. This one happened to be a tall size. It was an LT, which was kind of a nice fit. And I know you can't see through the plastic, but anyway, sold it for $22. Picked it up for $4, so great find for me. This was a Hickey Freeman. It's gray Glen plaid, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see the pattern, or gray window pane, I'm sorry. I love selling window pane and Glen plaid. They're my 2 favorite patterns to sell in sport coats. This will have me a bigger size, and I took an offer for $45 for this. Picked it up for $5. It will ship in a flat rate. And let me know. Hi there, Linda. Thanks for joining. And you guys feel free in the chat. I'll be watching. Let me know some of the stuff you guys have been selling, some good things from this weekend. I love seeing what kind of your home runs or big items where you've sold. So feel free to throw them in there, and I'll give you guys some shout outs. Here's a Tommy Bahama. I love to sell these with the Marlin logo. You can see it there. But so these, they're usually they're a polyester, like cotton blend polo shirt. I pick them up for $4. This one sold for $21. So decent flip. Hi, Matt. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Oh, St. Petersburg, Florida. Awesome. Shannon and I were just down there right on New Year's. We picked out our wedding venue there. So pretty cool. We're getting married next January. So this is a gray Glen plaid. This is also a Hickey Freeman. Picked it up for $5 as a blazer sport coat, and took a best offer for $40 for this. And it was just a standard size, so $40 was a decent margin for me. Hi, Al. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Oh, you live 10 minutes. Wow, that's awesome. 10 minutes. Matt says he lives 10 minutes away from where we were looking at venues, so that's pretty cool. It's an awesome area, gorgeous area. Joining. Hi, Warren. Palm Springs, nice. David said, chaps, golf-related wear for the last couple of days. Oh, really? What type of stuff that you've sold that's chaps for golf stuff? Hi, Barbara. Thanks for joining. Oh, Linda said she's found Robert Graham. That's been a fast seller for her. Yeah, I love Robert Graham. I don't find a lot of it around here. I'm not really sure why. I would have thought with kind of the economic boom here in Charlotte that we'd see more of that, but I don't really find a lot of it. All right, I'm going to keep moving on some stuff. So this is Levi's 569. These are like a gray denim. I love picking up Levi's when they're a different color than just like a standard blue. These are like a gray. I can't remember if the 569 is. I think it's just a regular fit. I don't think it's a slim fit. But these sold for $22.99. I offer free shipping and everything. I get jeans for $5. They'll go on a flat rate for sure. This is pretty cool. I've been sitting on these since right around Christmas time. And I picked up, I sold these in my last video, but these are Kobe's Mentalities. They're 11 and a half size. They're brand new. Got them from the Nike outlet. Got all these. They're anywhere from $25 to like $34. I got like 7 or 8 pair. And these actually sold for my full price head up for $79.99. So these will go probably be $10 a ship based on where they are wherever they are in the country. But still, I mean, decent $30 solid margin there either way. I don't do that very often, but occasionally I'll do that. David's asking if you buy short suits often. What do you mean by short suits? Maybe I'm just not. You mean like short sizes? While he's answering, so these are Lucky brand. These are 361 vintage straight jeans. I always pick up men's Lucky brands. They seem to sell really well. I got these or sold them for $28 and them for $5. Hi Gina, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Oh, 40 short. Yeah, I sell short suits as long as they're a good brand, David. I'll pick them up, especially if they're matching suits. I mean, suits in general sell better than blazers. And then my next best would be to get like sport coat type things. But yeah, short sizes, tall sizes. I mean, I pretty much pick them up as long as the brand is right. Big sizes sell the absolute best, but yeah, I sell those as well. Erica just said, well, first of all, thanks for joining. She said, hello, I'm just starting this fun adventure. Learning a lot from you on YouTube. Do you do best offer? And what percentage of people give a best offer on buy it nows? So, Erica, yes, I do buy it now on everything for two reasons. One, because I work full time and I love seeing offers come in to keep me motivated, keep working on my business when I'm not at work. So it kind of keeps me intrigued. Second, I like it to help move inventory. So those are really the two big things. And I would say probably half my items I sell from best offer and half they just buy them outright. And I price all my items up to allow wiggle room to negotiate with best offer. So that's kind of what I try to do. Oh, nice grab. David said he picked up 4 really nice suits that were short sizes. They should do well for you. All right, let me keep rolling here. So this was a Ralph Lauren, and it's the LRL line. So Ralph Lauren, which is still a form of Ralph Lauren. It's like a light brown. It's herringbone stripe with window pane. So anytime you can find a combination of patterns, especially for sport coats, it's a great way to do it. And so this one I sold for $47.99 full price. It was on sale for 20%. And I always say sale because I run a 20% off sale like every 2 days. I keep it going continuously. But in any case, in this for $5, it'll ship for $5.99, or I think it's $6.35 now with flat rates. Value Perez just asked what's your average margin of profit. So important differentiation if are you talking gross profit or like my net profit after all operating expenses, because those are slightly different for me. Let's see. R1 said I sold Ariat jeans for $56 and Roper Western shirt for $40. Wow, that's great. Yeah, Ariat. I just started to learn about that brand and found a pair of jeans the other day, so pretty cool. Net. So I just finished up my 2016 numbers, and my net was right around 50. It was like 56.5%. So I think that's pretty solid for a long tail seller. I know some people have a little higher, some a little lower. Just for my area, though, I think that's probably going to be pretty normal for me with my average selling price. And Matt just asked, how many did you have listed before you started seeing daily sales? Daily, I probably was around like 300, 250, 300 items before I started getting a sale, on average once a day. All right, I'm going to keep chugging, and I will scroll through the questions, guys. I appreciate all the questions, and I appreciate everyone watching. We got 16 watching live. This is awesome. Definitely, if you don't mind, hit that like button for me if this is helpful. I really enjoy the interaction back and forth. So Lacoste, this is a brand I love to sell. This is just a basic polo shirt, size 5. I sold it for $19.50, and it's an example. I took a best offer. It's on sale for like $21.50, so $2 off. So in that for $4. This is a Nike Dry Fit Tour Performance blue dry fit shirt. I don't really pick these up anymore. I actually took a best offer. This has a flaw in it. We took a best offer of $12 for this just to move it. And I don't usually pick these up unless there's something notable with like the logo or like a country club that's really popular or something like that. Brooks Brothers. I sell quite a few of these. This is 17.5 size, so it's a bigger one. It's just a basic non-iron. I only pick up non-irons or the slim fits. And this sold for $18.99. Took a best offer. Guys, be on the lookout for Masters stuff right now. Right, we're coming up on the Masters golf tournament. It is very popular. This is the logo. You can see it's the plastic. This sold for $18.99, just a basic cotton polo, in it for $4. I probably could have got more, and I'm probably going to start pulling out for more during the master season, and then I'll price it back down. But definitely be on the lookout for that. And let me address. So Erica asked, at what point did you switch to a store, or did you start with a store? So Erica, I just put out a video probably a month ago, and it actually talks about store subscriptions and when you should have one and which level you should upgrade, and it has a little calculator on it, and it gives the exact thresholds of the item count you should have. So just check that video out. If you still have questions, feel free to shoot me a message, and I'll clarify even further for you. All right, here is another Brooks Brothers example. And this is these sticky notes. I used to have someone who helped me prepare my inventory. I wish he was still around. He's one of my best friends. But that was how I used to do it before I used plastic bags. And here's another, just like a blue stripe. It's a Brooks Brothers non-iron. And this sold for $17.99. I took a best offer. Lost the sound. Can everyone else hear me okay? Classy Soul said, David, lowballs offers can be frustrating. Do you never know? They can turn into sales. Yeah, lowballs are frustrating, guys. It's just a part of it. For me, I don't take them personally. I just know that I'm always going to counter with prices I'm comfortable with, and if it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. I definitely don't set yourself up like when you counter and feel like you blew it because you countered the wrong price. Know what you want to sell it for. You counter for that. People will lowball you. Some of them will take it. A lot of times they'll lowball you. You'll counter something realistic and will accept. That happens all the time for me too. So just a little tip there. And I'll answer one more here. Hayes Steiner asked, how long does it usually take for you to sell sport coats and suits? They definitely are a longer tail item. And I don't know. Sometimes they sell quick. Like that Hickey Freeman I put up a week ago and it just sold. Sometimes they take 6 months, 8 months to find the right buyer, the right the right size, right pattern, all those things. So I always have the mentality that I have a longer tail model, so it doesn't matter how long it takes for me. Other people are trying to sell them quicker, and if you're trying to sell them quicker, definitely just price them a little lower. All right, yeah, Columbia GRT again. Probably wouldn't pick this up. This is one of my older buys. I took a best offer of $13 just to move this. It's just a basic cotton shirt. There's just too many of them to make a profit for me anymore. We have FootJoy, and this is it's got the big match play logo on it. So I took a best offer for $18.99 for this. Golf polos will start to pick up here, guys, as we get to the spring. We'll start to see them move a little quicker. This was pretty interesting. So here's another tip. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a little plastic like ring around there where it used to have the tag. So I found this Carhartt shirt. I don't know how to pick it up. And it does have the sticker on it. But you could tell it was new without tags, so it still had the plastic on it. So occasionally you'll find those guys, and I always make sure to list them as new, right? And then just differentiate that they're without tags, as long as it has like the plastic deal on it. Because I wouldn't normally pick up Carhartt, but I ended up getting $22 for this. It was just a basic XL cotton shirt. So just a little tip there. And a lot of people have asked me if I knock my prices down, and I just put out a pricing video, but here's an example of one time when I would. So I bought these like a year ago. They're Bostonian. I don't know if you guys can see that, probably not. They're just tassel leather black shoes. It is a decent brand if you can find the right style, but these particular ones just don't sell that well. I had them for so long. So I priced them down and I sold them for $19.99 with free shipping. I think I bought them for $5 like well over a year ago. So these I'll still make a small profit on them, but this is an example of what I consider like a bad buy for me, and that's when I would price my inventory down just to get it gone. Let me look at some other comments here. How many ties? So Bob Weiss just asked, how many ties do you sell a week with your auctions? I would say, I'm not going to break it down to a week because sometimes they go in batches. Even though I do 7-day auctions, but in a month I probably sell 6 to 8 ties is about normal. So I'm padding an extra $60 to $100 into my monthly sales from ties. And then I do have like some higher ones that I don't auction that sell for $20, $30, $40 here or there. I just found a Paolo Gucci one or Paolo Gucci one today. Found a new with tags Joseph A. Bank one today. So things like that I'll price a little higher and I won't auction. I've got 3 more items for you guys, and then I'll jump into the topic for today. So this is Nike Golf Tour Performance, and so I don't really pick these up anymore. I picked this up probably a couple months ago. and I had stopped, and I might have to reconsider because my sale expired and I forgot to reset it. And this sold for $24.99, so which was odd to me. It's nothing special. It's just, I think it's a single XL. No, it's a large. It's just gray stripes. So I might reconsider picking more of these up if the golf season here around the corner picks up a sale wise. I might grab a few more of those. And again, this is my old inventory system. You see the tape on it. Highly recommend not doing that. Use poly bags. But this is English Laundry, and this is one of those brands that has kind of, let's see if I can get this tape off for you guys. It's kind of tapered out. It used to be really hot when I first started selling clothing. Same with like the Bugatti Uomo type stuff or the Thomas Dean. And here's your tag. And it usually has like a contrast collar, and it usually has contrast cuffs. There's like a paisley cuff. But this sold for $19.99. I still pick these up, and I just list them for $24.99. With my 20% sale, I get about 20 bucks for them. So to me, it's still worth it. Kind of that same price range as Ralph Lauren or Brooks Brothers. I try to treat them the same. Al asked, any experience with Not Your Daughter's jeans? I haven't found them. I've heard about them. I'm just starting to increase my jean knowledge. I spent a decent amount of time talking with Jason from Prof Sales and his YouTube channel, and so I've been learning a lot from him and trying to impart a little bit of blazer and sport coat suit knowledge his way as well. So we're kind of trading and building each other up. But yeah, I've heard of them. I just haven't found them myself. So Aaron just asked, do you ship in those transparent bags? So that's the first step of my shipping. They're in the bag, and then they go into it's like a gray self-seal poly mailer, and then I weigh them and mail them in that. Or sometimes I put them in that and then in a flat rate envelope. Take care, David. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. All right, this is the last item. And I do plan, guys, one of these weekends I'm going to do one of these episodes, and it's going to be basically all my shipping supplies. So I want to go over like all my critical supplies that I like. That'll be probably next weekend or the weekend after. So this is the last item. This was a Brooks Brothers. It's just a navy blue. Actually it's a 40 short, David, and it took a best offer for $40. It was a wool blazer. All right, so those are my sales since basically late Friday night. So it's been a pretty good weekend for me. And Babby just asked, do you pick up Hart Schaffner Marks blazers? So I do, for the right size and the right pattern. So I'll pick up Glen Plaid or window pane, like sport coat type ones, or I'll pick up full suits of theirs. Those are pretty much what I limit myself to. And I try to stick the bigger sizes for them. So those are the stuff I sold. We've got about 11 minutes or so left. I try to keep these for 30 minutes. So I just want to shift to the topic for today, and I want to talk about being present in your business. And I think that this doesn't get talked about enough, and it's something I've had to really hone in on, especially because I'm building my business in my spare time. And every minute and every hour I have to work on it when I'm not at work is so critical. So for me, and I'm going to give this example, I think it's the best way to talk about it. If you spend 1 hour a day prepping items, what you do while you're prepping those items matters tremendously in how productive and successful you're going to be. And that can go for any task in your business. So it's prepping, photoing, your measurements, listing. And what I mean is, so do you prep items, listen to videos, check your phone every 10 minutes and see if you had sales or best offers, check your Instagram every 10, 15 minutes, maybe you scroll Facebook for another 30 seconds. Maybe you're answering a question or a text. If you're doing all those things in the middle of that only hour you have to do that, you're losing out and you're leaking productivity from your business. And I think that it's a very subtle thing that we don't realize happens because our minds really in this day and age we're programmed to be distracted very easily, especially with smartphones and things like that. And one thing that I've focused on this year, I've noticed a huge lift in my productivity, is when I wake up early in the morning and I'm going to do an hour of prepping, I only do that. Like I might listen to a YouTube video, but I've got it away from me. I'm not looking at it. I'm just listening as I'm doing whatever, whether it's photoing or prepping, but I'm only doing that. And a perfect example is yesterday I did photos for items and I timed myself to see, or I guess it was 2 days ago, I timed myself to see how many I could do in an hour, and I only did that. And I was able to photograph 33 items. It was a mixture of pants and shirts, and it was like 59 minutes. And it was because I was only focused on that. Now, normally if I'm multitasking, I'm probably doing 20 to 25. And so that extra 20 or 25% lift in that only time I have to do that task is huge for your business, right? That's that many more items I can list later on. And so I just think, especially if you are a part-time seller and you're trying to build your business, you need to guard and value that time and not let some other things that you could do at different times plague it. And, you know, for me, what's getting tricky is I love answering you guys' comments. So, like, I love looking in the comments of the YouTube videos and having conversations and answering questions. But what happens is I'll be on my phone and I'm doing something. I'll see one pop up. The notification will hit. I'll get excited. I'll pull it up and answer it real quick. And the next thing you know, a minute is gone or a minute and a half's gone from that only hour I had to do that. Where, and this sounds bad, but if I'm at work, I can answer you guys while I'm at work, right? I take my 10-minute break. I can't prep items while I'm at work, but I can walk down the hall and answer 10 of you guys' questions, right? I can look on Instagram and scroll, or I can listen to YouTube videos and learn brands while I'm at work. And so that guarding that time to stay present while you're doing your eBay tasks or you're building business tasks, I think is just so, so important. And figuring out, kicking all those other things that don't add value to times that you can't do those other tasks. And that's really all I want to talk about today. And I was curious if a lot of you struggle with that, or if a lot of you have other thoughts on that or other strategies. I love to hear about that. So, you know, feel free in the comments, let me know what works for you and, you know, what type of things. You know, I'm interested to see if that plagues you guys. And so Roxanne, and I know this is off topic, she said someone asked about when to open the store. I looked but can't find your video. So it's in there, guys. I'm not sure. I'll try to link it up if I can later if I remember. But basically, if you just search eBay store subscription and then just put Endless Entrepreneurs after it in the YouTube box, it should pop up. So Bob just said, aren't you afraid of your coworkers or boss sees you on YouTube? So this is what I do, Bob. So because I'm a finance analyst, so a lot of times I'm building models, I'm doing analysis, whatever. I just flip my phone face down and I listen to whatever I want on there, right? So I might listen, and occasionally I'll keep it face up. I mean, I have the latitude, as long as I'm getting my work done and it's not negatively impacting me, I can multitask and do those things. So no, I'm not scared of that. And be sensitive if you are at work, guys. Like, I don't jeopardize your job. I'm just trying to give examples of the way that I kind of punt some of those tasks. Erica just said, well, I'm trying to measure while watching you. Well, I appreciate that. And I was wondering how people were going to say something like that. Now, and again, I'll say, are you listening or are you watching? Because I think that's the differentiation, right? You probably could, obviously you're watching because you're typing and asking questions. But if this is adding value to your business, I'm live, you couldn't interact this way, then maybe it's worth it for you, right? I think everyone's in a different spot. Babby just said, you're right. I have 2 small kids, so I'm usually listing at 1 or 2 a.m. when they're sleeping after I come back from school. Yeah. So see, there's another extreme case where you're really trying to balance limited time. And if you can do it in half the time and add an extra hour of sleep, Maddie, because you were super laser focused, I bet that has a huge implication, you know, positive momentum for you later in the week. And Maddie's a little bit of both. Classy Soul says, you're right on, Luke, to stay focused and not keep breaking from the task at hand. Yeah. So I'm glad you guys agree with me. I mean, and it's something that I've had to really evolve and change of myself, because I get very split with my kind of wherever my focus is. And so I've had to very slowly build that into me and into even my habitual nature of what I do. And that's through, I listen to a lot of self-development. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, which helps with that. I definitely encourage you guys, if you're not listening to self-development, the first thing you should do is sign up for an Audible account and start looking for people you like to listen to. I think that's highly beneficial. Warren says, so true. I set myself up a timer to see what I can get done. That's a great idea too. So setting a timer on your phone, and maybe an hour is too long, guys. So I brought up the hour, right? Maybe an hour is too long for your attention. Maybe you operate better in 15-minute segments. Maybe setting a 15-minute timer to list as many items, or measure as many items, or photos as many items, and then go do something else and come back. That might be better for you. I think that it varies on your personality. It varies on what you like to do. Varies on how you're efficient. So that's a great point, though, setting a timer. Listening, so Classy said listening, so a little bit of both listening and watching. Yeah, and I multitask. When I multitask the most is when I'm listing items. So when I'm actually like putting them up on eBay, I've already done my photos, I've already done my descriptions. Sometimes I'm watching a show at night with Shannon, and I'll get in some extra listings. In the morning before work, I don't really, just because it's so quiet and it's so early. I don't really do much else besides just eBay. But all right, guys. Well, we've got about 3 or 4 minutes here. If there aren't any other questions, I will wrap up, but I'll wait another 15, 20 seconds to see if there's any more. I got 19 people watching, and I really appreciate everyone watching. This has been a fun episode for sure. Babby says, have you ever heard of Pomodoro? Great for time management. I have not. I will have to go Google that. And feel free in the chat if you can elaborate a little more what it's about. That'd be cool. Hi, Antonio. Thanks for stopping in. But no, I haven't heard of that. There are a lot of free time management apps too. And if you guys haven't watched my business plan video, I mapped out for myself for the year basically all the different time frames I was going to focus on stuff. So for me, it's just I know what I have to do. It's just focusing on making sure I execute now. No problem, Antonio. Appreciate you tuning in. Matt said, having 5 ready to list, is it better to spread them out throughout the day or list them all at once? I'm not sure. So I have 2 thoughts on this. I think with the eBay algorithm and being an active store, it rewards you if you list consistently. So I try to list every day, some amount. My goal is 12 items. Sometimes it's 20 and the next day is 5, but I try to do about 12 items a day. I also think that you should focus on listing your higher value items. So whenever I source, I come back with 80 items. I always sort them by their value so that I'm always prepping and listing the highest value ones first, and I'm leaving like my kind of bread and butter ones to last. Antonio, sales have been great for the weekend. This has probably been one of my better weekends since the year's kicked off, so I'm pretty excited. Erica just asked if you schedule listings. I don't schedule listings. I just do them. I put them live when I have time. My auctions, same thing. I hit relist when they come off. I do 30 days for my fixed price listings. I do 7 days for my auctions for my ties. And we're kind of actually debating on that. Antonio, how are sales for you too, by the way? I'm curious. Have they been good for you? But Jason and I have on a different topic. We've been talking a little bit and with a couple other people about good till canceled versus 30 days. I know he's talked about it a little bit on his show, and I'm not really sure how I feel about it. It would be easier for me to do good till canceled because I wouldn't have to relist things every time they come off. But I also use it as like a toll gate for repricing items if there's an issue with them, if it's a bad buy. So I don't know how I feel about that. I need to talk about it a little more before I make a decision. But right now I do 30 days and I don't schedule them. All right, any other questions, guys? Yeah, 24 people watching. Thank you, guys. This is awesome. Antonio said, have you had to look at your statistics provided by eBay, impression, views, and watches? So I don't. It's probably a bad practice that I don't. It's probably bad that because I'm a long tail seller and I'm really just trying to keep building my inventory bigger and bigger with items I know will sell, I just don't pay attention that much to watchers and traffic because I don't care if it takes it 3 months to sell. Of course I want things to sell quicker, but I'm not going to look at the impressions and be like, there's very few people looking at it. I need to price it lower. I would look at that and be like, well, the right person looking for that color, size, and brand just hasn't found it yet. That was how I would view that. And that's just how my mind works. Babby said, do you keep a detailed log of all your sales? Yes, I do. Check out detailed log in the fact I do keep track of my sales per day, how many items, what the total sales were, and then I keep track of what I buy and source and how many items and how much it costs. I don't keep a detailed log of each inventory item. So when it sells, I don't know what exactly I bought that item for. I just know the average cost of all items I bought. And Babby, check out one of my sales update videos. I have a spreadsheet I use to track that. Hopefully it's helpful to you. And I will be doing a sales update tomorrow, guys. And I haven't done one in about a week, so it should be good timing to go through. I'm on track right now. Even with the 28-day month, I think this is going to be my best month ever on eBay, so I'm pretty excited. Erica just asked, best times of year on eBay. Depends what you're selling. January and February are definitely slower months. And I've heard that July is a slower month, although I don't have much to gauge it on, just because I did some listing a lot last July. But for clothing, I find that in general, it's pretty steady. You'll get that little drop off, like I said, January, February, maybe in July. But fourth quarter is definitely huge. There's definitely a lot more money spent from probably end of September through the end of the year. Antonio said, agreed. I have the same views on that. At the moment, I'm trying to increase inventory to about 300. Hopefully, going to hit it next month. That's awesome. Yeah, to me, my model that works for me because I'm part-time is building inventory and being a long-term seller maximizes my limited time. That's just the model fits for my lifestyle. For someone full-time, that might not work because you need cash flow coming in. You might have to price and do a little faster. I think that I try not to get critical on people's models because everyone needs to work for their own situation. And I really believe that a lot. That you need to pick what's right for you and wherever you're trying to get to, and whatever your other goals are monetarily, or those type of things. All right, guys, it is 1 minute past the half hour, and I'm trying to keep these a half hour and respect everyone's time and give value in that time frame. So if you can, definitely comment and let me know how your sales are after you've watched this. I love seeing you guys, all the sales and the cool things you've sold, and love seeing that you guys are kind of moving your businesses forward. And if you have other ideas for videos or topics you want in the following weeks, please let me know. I have been trying to fulfill a lot of the requests and questions I've gotten. I did the pricing video yesterday. I'm going to do a tutorial on how to sell ties later this week, hopefully. And I'll have another sales update tomorrow and a haul video for today. So lots of content coming out. And I've also been talking with some other people about collaborating, so hopefully have some more on that later this week. And Bill just said that he got Miracle Morning yesterday. And that's awesome. I love that audiobook. Highly recommend that to anyone if you're trying to be a morning person. It is a pretty awesome one. So Christina, thank you for that. I really appreciate the kind words, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. It's pretty awesome. All right, well, I'm going to wrap up, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. I hope that your sales finish strong for the weekend, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, guys.